plenty of time waiting for him to get his shoes on. So encourage them to practice at home. Once they've got it, time them, see if they can get it on in a minute and a half. It's only 5 pieces of equipment in the mouthpiece. So a minute and a half is 90 seconds is plenty of time. They'll put the foot pad on just like a shoe. From here, there's a little strap, and it's going to make a figure 8. It's going to go over the top of the pad, wrap under the bottom, pull around, and go. The toughest thing for kids to remember to do is, this is an elastic strap, so we've got to have a little bit of stretch on it as we go over the top. Let go of it, that happens. Under the bottom, around the side. This is the part they have a hard time with. There's 2 things that really slow kids down on getting on pads. The first one, the second one is putting on foot pads. The first one is actually beginning putting gear on. You know what I'm talking about if your children ever get dressed in the morning. They go there, they sit down by the bag. 30 seconds later, we look over. They still have no pads on. The bag is not unzipped. They're just sitting there. It's okay. Sometimes they space out. We have red belts that do it. We have one that does it regularly. You'll get to know it because when we sit down, you will hear his name and please start putting your pads on. So again, one more time for the demonstration. Over the top, under the bottom, around and strap. Foot pads do have a right side and a left side. If you have a small child, they will have a tough time figuring this out. I recommend on the toes for that, using the silver Sharpies that we're going to have for you guys to put names on gear, putting an R and an L. If R and an L don't work real well for your child yet, that's fine, I understand. They don't work for my son yet. I know most of your kids are a little bit older, but we have some Tiger Cub graduates and some kindergarten first graders in here who may be a little bit slow at that one. Arrows pointing in towards each other works really well. My son gets his shoes on the right feet because he has stickers that look like ducks. The ducks are supposed to face towards them. Each other. And whatever system is going to work, but here's the way you tell, and we can help you guys do this before we leave tonight as far as putting for putting the sides on the gear. There's a downward slant. I don't know if you guys can tell this, the black stripe. The strap slants downward. It slants down from the big toe towards the pinky toe. For you guys, this strap goes from the big toe towards the pinky toe down. So that's our way to get it on there. Like we said, if you want an R and an L, use an R and an L. It'll speed it up. If they put them on the wrong feet, the pads will still work fine. They just won't be as comfortable for them, and we'll get a little bit of complaining about it. Speaking of complaining, there is a second piece of gear if you have a boy that you are going to hear complaining about. That is their groin protector. Groin protectors are highly recommended parts of sparring equipment. We say highly recommended because we're not going to check. We're just going to, when Aiden gets to age, he's going to start sparring. He's not going to have a choice. He's wearing one. I've seen what happens with hard kicks there. And again, we're going to talk about contact levels that are okay. Expect a little bit of pushback. It's not a comfortable piece of equipment. Dads who've had to wear one already understand that nobody sits there and says, hey, I think I'll watch the football game. I'm going to lounge around in my cup and groin protector, and that's the most comfortable thing I know. It's not. If they give you a lot of pushback, buying a pair of compression shorts, bike shorts, so to speak, the spandex things, and pulling them over that will cut down how much it bothers them. So that's always my recommendation. When I have to wear one for a long training session, I'll do that because it does make it a little more comfortable. But again, we do have those. The third piece of equipment that you can minimize the amount of pushback that we get is their mouthpiece. They all have a mouthpiece. They're a boil and bite mouthpiece. The mouthpieces, they're all kept in an outside compartment. Our case. They come with a sheet of instructions, which we will put back in the bag as they put them on, or we're going to attempt to. At least one of them will leave them on the floor tonight. You know this. They'll pull it out and do it. Oh no, those directions are in French. We're not going to read those. The important thing is, these orange mouth guards that they have, you put them in boiling water for 45 seconds. After 45 seconds, pull them out of the boiling water. We don't recommend using your fingers for this. You laugh, but parents have done it. Those of you that like your children, shake the remaining boiling water out of the mouthpiece before putting it in their mouth. Then have them bite down on the mouthpiece, take it back out. You can drop it in cold water, or you can just set it down. It'll harden either way. 45 seconds. I think I made sure to give everybody an orange one. There's a couple things about their gear. They are not allowed to participate in sparring at this or any Tiger Rock Academy without a full set of safety equipment. It's a really big deal. You guys understand, for insurance purposes, we can't deviate from that. It doesn't matter if you say it's okay. Now, let's tell parents, you're not allowed to waive your child safety requirements. If they forget anything except a mouthpiece, and you're not here, they're going to just sit down and work on a wave master or practice their form. If they have lost their mouthpiece, we will try to find it in their bag, because they lose them a lot. If we don't find it, we're going to assume that you would rather us just go ahead and give them another $4 mouthpiece, and that you will be responsible for that when you get here. We know how much you guys are paying for their training. I just look at it, what would I do? I wouldn't want my child to miss the sparring portion of their class because they lost a $4 mouthpiece that maybe you can go to Walmart and buy for $2.50 instead of $4 or something along those lines. We're going to just assume that you guys would rather us just give them the mouthpiece and take care of it afterwards. And we'll just tell you at the end of class. Let's see. Sammy can hop up. You can be our model today. Stand up for us. Minus the foot pads. This is what your child should look like from now on. Maybe shorter or taller, depending on your kid. When they arrive for class. Elbow pads and shin pads are now part of their uniform, as well as their groin protector. To speed things up today, for two reasons. For one, my groin protectors have not arrived yet. And for two, they were apparently shipped in a different box. And secondly, you saw how long it took us to get foot pads on. Trying to explain how that works will be a little bit longer. You go grab me one out of the back real quick. And I have David's mouthpiece, man. Thank you, Sammy. Yeah, get a large groin protector. We're gonna do a demonstration for the parents. There's always one parent who's not sure how this works, so we explain it for everybody. Groin protectors have two pieces. Hard plastic cup and a jock strap. And again, this is the underwear demonstration. We demonstrate this, and parents, you do have to show your child the first time. The fun thing is, in 16 years of teaching this profession, I've seen some really funny things with the groin protectors. I've seen them on the outside of pants, on the back, just in case they got kicked on the bottom. But the best story comes from one of my best friends, Michael Mershad in Springboro, Ohio, who told me that one time when he was teaching a sparring seminar, the kids were there early and playing, and one of them had decided that the clapper targets make really good make-believe Uzis as they were running around playing Army, and one of them decided that this made an awesome gas mask. Mike walks up to them and is like, come up in your face. And his response was, and I'm not making this up, it's okay, Mr. Mershad, this isn't mine. I found this one in the dressing room. So, now that our talk back is done. Parents, big part goes on the top, little part goes on the bottom. I tell you this because I didn't put it in there the other way. Y'all kept playing it. Slips in there. Please wash the strap every now and then. The cup will not do well in your dryer. Take the hard part out. You can wash that with clean that out with Windex or bleach spray, whichever one you prefer, and air that out. Elbow pads and shin pads can be washed as well. It's basically it on that. Occasionally, we will see the groin protectors in your child's bag. Again, you can help us out by making sure they have them on before they leave. All right, you guys ready? We done with the boring part? All right, let me begin. We're going to talk about we do two types of sparring. We do classroom or free sparring, and we do tournament or point sparring. Our first half is going to talk about point sparring. Our second half is going to talk about classroom sparring. The reason we talk point or tournament sparring first is it's a little bit easier to understand. Now, my target areas, Will, can you stand up? It's much easier to see on Will than it is on us. We're wearing all black. All right. Show me your good sparring stance. Hands up and put your right leg in front. All right. Actually put your left leg in the front. I'm sorry, I said that backwards. There we go. Hands up. Right here. Our sparring zone, our point zone is defined as from where this seam goes down his shirt, right there, the other side. So there's matching seams on the jacket. And the belt, including the belt, stopping at a line that's drawn across the collarbone, so not the neck. So basically we've got this nice big, hands up like this, don't ever spar like that. Square. Now we're going to turn towards you guys. Turn this way. So, areas you can hit. That's square. Got it? Boom. This is square. This is called the body target. This is your 1-point target. You can score points by either kicking and lightly touching or getting very close. Close counts in Taekwondo. Getting very close with either a kick or a backhand punch. Now, the second thing we have is our helmet. We're going to find out if Will's helmet fits. You want to talk to Scott real quick? Now he's ready. The second target area is his helmet. You cannot punch this. You can kick near it or lightly touch it with your foot pad anywhere that it's black. Can I kick him right there on the nose? Why not? Because there's no helmet there. Can I kick and touch him here? Yes, because there's a pad there. So you can hit anywhere that there's a pad or anywhere in the square. Everywhere else is bad. So can I kick him in the legs? Can I kick him in the behind? Okay, I'm just making sure. I saw some of that last night testing. Can I kick him in the back? Can I kick him in the face? Can I punch him in the helmet? No, remember the rule. Helmet is only for feet. All right, in tournament sparring, classroom sparring is a little bit different. Let's go ahead, everybody go ahead and pull your helmet on and find your mouthpiece. Go ahead and have a seat, Will. Unstrap it first. It'll go on much easier. Hey, you get your helmet now. Yes. Yes. Just like that. Unstrap it, strap it back on. Your helmet should fit snugly. The other part is the front. Turn it around, please. And it should fit snugly. It should not give you a headache. You don't have your mouthpiece? There's two sides. Let's check the other side. Oh, Mr. Harrell. How did you leave Will's mouthpiece out? Will likes his teeth. I need a mouthpiece for Will. Mr. Harrell packed some of the bag. I packed the others. The way you can tell if Mr. Harrell packed it is if anything is missing. Not really. We packed all these right an hour before testing. And then Zach needs an adult small or a youth helmet. Steve, and then oh, we have the clear ones? Okay. Nothing different about the clear ones. It's just they're not orange. You'll know which one is yours. Double check both side pockets, and then I'll come look. There are two outside side bags, not the big side bags. We'll talk about those in a minute. There's two smaller side compartments. Mr. Harrell might have packed yours also. Oh, looks like you did. Let me grab you one.